seeing as that's getting banned in a month and a day.
It's totally a wild card at this point.
It really is, whether it gets banned
I'm
or not. But
hearing
this isn't a
It's do
political
whatever
channel. It's a D&D channel.
exactly.
fuck politics.
Talk
We're not
politics
a
on your
threat to
own
national
time, you fucking
security.
plebeians.
Exactly.
You're right.
Yep.
Anyway, last time on Beyond the Fourth Wall, Rari was sick in bed. Duzon, Little Flame, and Cyrus went around town doing odd jobs just to waste time until Rari gets better. That way they can then plan on their next action to get one step closer to this wizard and whatever his plan for the world is.
The edge, and I'm about to break.
But yeah, last time we had an encounter with a rock. That was fun. Duzon managed to coax it and then let it go back to its nest. And then we resume with our friends at the end of a day and Rari recovering fully from his sickness.
Finally, it's good to be back. Rari is going to look for Duzon and Cyrus, right?
Yes.
Okay. But it's been a bit, and my brain has been recovering from sickness, so. Actively looking for them, and he's going to bring his book with him as he is going to, in the morning, peruse through the book and discover some more things about this mysterious person.
Duzon and Cyrus would be just getting back into the bar or tavern because the sun has gone down. Duzon has gone outside and gotten his daily dose of sun. But other than that, Duzon and Cyrus would be walking into the inn to stop doing random odd jobs for the day.
Okay. So I'll just be patiently reading the book until they arrive. I'll probably be out in the main space of this
What page do you read?
I'm picking up right where I left off.
Okay, so you're essentially on page 2.
Yep. Rari may not be exactly a learned person, but at least he knows how to count in sequential order.
Let me pull up the journal. So you pick up on page 2, essentially.
Yep.
It picks up Trial 10. My discovery has become more of a deficit than a benefit. As the more research into whatever this other side is, and then there's like a little star next to other side. Seems to be more of a deficit than anything. The more I look into it, the more I see the other side, and again, it has the star next to it. I discover horrible, terrible things that I dare not mention. I'll have to ponder over this information. P.S. ignore turning this into the archivists. I attempted, and was ousted from my position and disgraced for my efforts. Signing off,
Oh.
former High Magistrate.
Ooh, lost his job. Well, I think this archivist might be a sour sport for this information.
And
But
just
then
as you're
again-
about to turn over to the next page, Duzon and Cyrus walk in.
And Rari closes the book. Ah! I am feeling a bit better. The last vestiges of the sickness is going. How are you guys?
Whoa.
I took some liberty to do some more reading on this magistrate. Apparently, he was demoted unceremoniously for what he was trying to seek.
Fascinating. So, well, who are the people called who the magistrate works for?
An elvish society.
The Elvis Society must be hiding something.
Unlikely. The information that this person was looking after was undesirable to them. So much so that it caused his demotion and resignation. So, if secret, that they don't want, in other words.
Or a topic that is usually forbidden to begin with.
Perhaps. Or a truth that they may not want to hear. It's not very clear, though. His experiments seem to point to this other side, so to speak. I guess a different dimension. Probably like the afterlife or something, but I don't know. I'll have to read more about what his other side really means.
Oh, I forgot to mention, at the bottom of the page, there was the same little star and just like reference first entry.
Yeah, Rari kind of made a mental note of that, but yeah, thanks for the clarity. But in any event, it doesn't seem to point to that mad mage, yeah. So, like, ultimately, interesting information. If this is something valuable to the scientific minds, surely they might be able to understand more of it than I do. But then the author is also saying not to bring it to the archivist, whatever that means. Because again, they don't want it. They don't want the information his experiments contain.
Or at the very least, they want it unrecorded.
Perhaps. But to go back to Elvish Society is, not really all too appealing, admittedly, especially since a Necrostorm happened around there, and,
And the fact that we're thousands of miles away?
that too. I'd very much rather figure out where our next steps are going to be, Dwarvish Society and all. We need to get stronger for sure to combat this mad mage. I have a few things, and that should help. But I'm at a complete loss. I could manufacture some traps in the meantime to kind of help, or figure out a good trap maker and learn from him for a little bit. Maybe expand my repertoire. So if we need to snare more menacing threats or incapacitate them, maybe that will be of use. I know it's only evening, so maybe we'll deliberate more on this in the following day.
Yes.
Duzon, as he mentioned some way to get stronger, you would know, or at least you used to know, where the dwarves held their military camps. Whether the military camps are still in the same positions or not, may have changed within the past 14 years or so.
Okay.
But yeah, you used to know where their military positions were. They may still be in the same places, they may not still be in the same places. So if that's one way to get at least physically stronger.
Yeah, but would militarizing work against this guy is my question.
That's a good question.
Because Duzon's thinking in his head right now, we need a stronger mage. Or, like, mages.
As far as that, you wouldn't really know anything about Dwarven magic academies.
Right.
I guess on that subject, would I know anything about magic, like more prestigious magic academies?
In general, or for dwarves specifically?
In general.
Then go ahead and roll me a society.
We live in a society.
27.
Yes, you would. Most specifically, you would know about the Elvish, Arcana, Arcana universities, and you would also know about the, Arcana universities in the United Republic.
Well, you're fighting a mage. It's better to fight fire with fire. I know of a few academies around the Elven countries and Holgia.
Yeah. Well,
If you wish to take the route of study.
going back home would be nice, but would it be practical?
We're
I mean-
decently close to the border.
True.
Taking main roads, it shouldn't take forever to get there.
Right. You know, it's interesting, all the things that's transpired thus far. A grave robber and repentance. And now this idea of reincarnation, fighting a necrostorm wielding mage. Speaking of that, do you think that that wizard is somehow aligned with the goddess of rot in any way, shape, or form? Like, to constantly wield rot, right? Like, that's got to stand for something, right?
He's either using her for advantage or working with her.
You know there are more than one deity of death, right?
Yeah, but I'm
That's
talking
true.
specifically about the goddess of rot that we met earlier. Like, I mean, from what it sounds like,
She knew what the Necrostorm was.
right?
That's a big
I mean, that's her domain.
Well, yes, it makes
But,
sense
like,
for a
do
goddess
you
to know
guys-
what goes on in the realms of her domain.
Do
And
you guys
places that have
think-
withered away would fall under that purview.
Do you think that maybe he worships her in some very weird and twisted way?
I know too little about this person, so I can't make any guesses.
Well, you're the nature expert, Duzon. Is it possible? Or is it just wanton destruction for this particular wizard?
What was the previous question?
Do you think it reasonable to assume that this man somehow serves the goddess of rot in a sort of, well, he's implying a sort of religious context?
Something to theorize, but we don't know for sure. And if he is, there's a chance he could be using her magic rather than serving her with it.
Have you seen what he's been casting spells with?
It seems to be
gone to those.
natural for him. I haven't seen anything that would strike out as, like,
No,
like,
no divine symbols, no arcane foci.
well, there's been some pretty odd body parts if you count that. I mean,
I mean things like wand, staff, spellbook, amulet.
Could Rari perhaps try to recall knowledge on the physique of said wizard to see if he can remember any details about like weird items like wands, staves, relics around his neck or anything like that? Or is it just
Give me a general intelligence check.
okay? Can do. Flat roll or can I use my intelligence modifier?
I said intelligence check, right?
Yeah.
Flat intelligence.
So yeah, you can use your intelligence.
Oh goodness, that's a nat 1 plus 2. I'm not remembering shit.
No, you remember. You remember correctly.
Oh.
You remember he was very obviously using some type of magical sphere, some type of orb that he may have been pondering over during the fight.
You know, now that you mention it, I believe there was some sort of orb that he was peering or pondering on when he was casting his spells.
It glowed of a light blue as he stares deeply into it whenever he wants to cast his magic.
And it would glow light blue when he wants to cast a spell or do some sort of magic.
The orb focus. So, the options for him likely studies arcane magic compared to natural primal magic or divine magic. Could be occultic, but that's not exactly my area.
Okay. And yet. So.
And like I said, better to fight spellcasters with more spellcasters.
True. We're gonna need every advantage we get, but we can discuss this more in the morning. We do have to get rest.
I wouldn't know. Used to know where the Dwarven military were kept. barracks and trading grounds. But I would be sending those men to their deaths. Should they fight against this one.
Perhaps maybe I could learn a few things from them, just a little bit, to be more agile.
It would also depend on their experience fighting casters.
True.
Some people are more aptly suited for it than others.
Hmm. True. Well, we certainly have a lot to think about. I need to start constructing some snares and traps. Maybe that can help us ultimately with our future endeavors as we try to figure out how to stop him.
Yes, let's continue the discussion in the morning.
Yes.
As you all go to your rooms and do your nightly rituals and bed down, is there anything outside of your normal nightly routine that anybody wants to do?
Rari is going to be consulting the book, but mostly, and he will probably be looking at that coin he picked up and examining it further.
What are you going to do first?
Definitely read a little bit more about his research. That's like primarily what he's going to focus on.
Okay.
Because he had, after all, done a lot of resting, so he's kind of still has a lot of energy to burn.
As I'm going to DM you something real quick.
Gotcha.
As you open up this book. There he is. There you go.
Oh. Interesting. So noted.
But yeah, as you read further into the book, you see that pages have been torn out. Some have been burned with arcane fire. Some are invisible. You just can't see them. They're there. You can touch them, but you can't see them. Some have, like... You know how when a page is ripped, you would normally see, like, signs of damage?
Yeah.
Instead of signs of damage, there's just a gap in the book's spine. Like, it looks like there was at one point a page there, but it has been so effectively removed that the only thing left in the book is just the space where the page used to be.
A noticeable gap?
Not noticeable, just very small, but seeing as you're investigating this book.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go on to
would
read...
have picked up on that detail. But as you keep going?
As you begin to, like, skip, it's just, like, it goes from page 1, page 2, page 10, page 40, page 60, page 80, and as you keep going and going, you get to the end of the book, and it's like, there's a lot less in this than it seems.
There's something so voluminous, it's just...
Like, because from the outside, this is a thick, 5-pound grimoire. There should be way more pages in here than just this.
And I know there are pages in here. That these feels like pages are in here. Because, like, as he's flipping through the pages again and just feeling
The invisible
pages,
ones, and then the ones that
there's
are
like
just straight up not there.
sensory, and he's like, yeah, there's got to be more stuff in here than this. And
You do see one inscription that is still readable and completely intact, and it's towards the end, and it's labeled day whatever.
Oh,
hey, whatever. Uh-oh.
It starts day. I don't even know anymore with how long it's been. Could have been years, months. I just don't know. Not anymore. I'm starting to think that the only reason I have as little sanity as I do is because of this rotten journal. And then it kind of just on the back of that same page, it's just, I did it. I did it. I did it. I finally found a way to get my revenge, to destroy them all, ruin all their precious plans and plotting. I know that this is improbable with a foe that vast and that powerful, but surely the destruction of everything includes all, even them.
Okay, he's definitely insane. Like, after reading that, Rari's like, we'll address that in the morning, too. To unpack all that. Reincarnation, a great beyond, a other place that isn't an afterlife, perhaps, possibly, then destruction of all things. Ugh. I can see why maybe someone would go insane.
As you're
Especially-
processing this and kind of just thinking aloud to yourself, Duzon, Cyrus, do either of you guys want to do anything outside of your normal nightly routine?
I am going to stand.
Menacingly.
Blair Witch in the corner.
Yeah, Duzon's just gonna Blair Witch in the corner.
Where's the creature now, small one?
He's just standing there.
Menacingly.
Menacingly! Get out of there, Duzon!
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. Wee woo. Wee woo.
Wee woo. Wee woo. Wee woo.
I'll let you fondle my tits if I gobble your dong.
Oh no!
From Dan to Dan.
Sorry.
It's a quote from Dan to Dan.
Oh, I know where it's from. Oh,
Oh?
that's diabolical. Anyway,
So Duzon's gonna Blair Witch in the corner. Are you gonna do anything, Cyrus?
Nope.
Okay.
Just be with Wisp.
The Wisp plays calming ocean sounds. And then we kind of come back to Rari.
Do what it'll do.
the book mysteries. We'll try and get to the bottom of you later. Now, about that coin.
You pull the
When he takes
coin.
out the strange. Yeah.
Yeah. You pull the coin out of your bag and kind of go over it with your thumb. You squint at it and realize the symbols on it, they form words. They form sentences.
Oh. Interesting.
You could
I mean,
swear that this didn't have any understandable symbology on it, but You let the thought pass your mind in favor of the intrigue of what the writing on the coin actually says.
Mm-hmm.
The writing on the coin says, speak a question, flip a coin, get an answer, and it's like answer with a question mark. So it's like, speak a question, flip the coin, get an answer.
Oh. Odd that a coin would be minted with such a phrase. But, hmm. A question, then flip the coin. Well, a bunch of magic stuff happens all the time in this. Like, probably is a mage's coin. Enchanted. Maybe cursed. Knowing out like possibly cursed. Ask and I will receive if I flip the coin. Maybe. Well, what's the harm one flip could do? So, Rari is thinking of questions to ask it. And as he thinks of one, an idea sort of comes to his brain, and he's like, I know this might sound dumb, coin, but is this, let me make sure I pronounce this correctly, otherwise forgive me for butchering its name. Ezekiel Fireshin. Is Ezekiel Fireshin the mage we're after?
You flip the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Make an acrobatics check.
Alright. Cool. That is a 25.
You flip the coin, and by instinct, you catch it and slap it onto the back of your other hand. And you reveal the head of the coin, which has previously was just a regular, like, design, is currently your face is the design of your head, like a side profile of your head etched into the face of this coin.
Okay.
And
definitely magic.
And encircling the coin is inscriptions that read, yes.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, it does make this a little easier. Albeit a little freaky that my profile's on the coin now. Alright, you're going back in.
And you put the coin away?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Hey, Rari, I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
No.
I don't like that.
Consequences.
What is Rari's greatest fear?
Oh. If it wasn't already obvious at this point in the campaign, Rari, though, has had many fears in his life. Being caught by the authorities being one of them, execution being another, but most importantly, his biggest fear of all is death. After all, he's come how many times so close to death?
5?
I think it's quite clear for Rari anymore that dying is his biggest fear. He wants to live. He's scared to go perhaps back now that he knows he's a reincarnated something. He doesn't want to die. So, death.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing, life goes on, and all my babies on
You stipper, underground pepper.
until then when I I was hoping somebody would get that.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
But as we fade out of Rari realizing that, oh my god, shit is real, oh my god. Duzon.
Oh, we're going to me now.
We're going to you now.
Oh, let's do it.
Hey, you are in the presence of the things going on.
Yes.
As you Blair Witch in the corner, on your shoulder, a rose.
Ooh.
And then the head of the rose wilts and withers.
I don't like that. Wait.
Out of the
Oh,
rose.
wait.
Out of the rose, you know what a millipede looks like?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A millipede.
Body horror. Ugh.
A millipede, 1 foot long, makes its way out of the withered petals of the rose. Almost like it's transforming from the rose. The more of the millipede you get, the less of the rose there is.
I don't like that.
It
I don't like the
scuttles.
sensation.
It scuttles across your shoulder, up your neck, and around what would be your ear.
Are you about to panic?
That's very hard right about now.
You can feel its antennae prodding the entrance of your ear. And you hear, "Hello, Duzon.
Oh, no. Rari would.
Are you?
What, you don't recognize my work?"
It's you.
Of course it's me. I'd like to call in my favor now.
What is it? Yeah, I promised that I would not involve hurting nature. That would break my word.
Of course, I would want no unnecessary damage done to my siblings' work.
Then speak.
There is a mass raising of corpses going on, and I can't have that happening.
What do you wish me to do?
I know where they are. You go there. Stop them. I don't care if you kill them or not.
May you tell me where they are?
The millipede kind of pulls back for a minute, and he's almost like feel its antennae kind of searching the air. Luckily, you're not too far away.
Oh, no.
Don't tell me. It can't be.
Are you familiar with the Divine Kingdom?
Oh, it's just called the Divine Kingdom? No.
It's the Divine Kingdom of Dathod. You're not really that familiar with it.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Not too familiar with it, no.
in that case, I'll keep it simple. You are able to go there by boat in 3 weeks' time. Get stronger during then. You'll need to. The town the town you'll be going to is by the name Tara. The crypts there are being drained of their dead, and they are being resurrected. Stop it from happening by any means.
I'll do my
I
best.
hate to burst the bubble, but you cut out a bit when you were mentioning the name of the city or town.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Years.
The name of the town
Probably the
is
whisper.
the name of the town is Totara
Okay.
in the
Totara.
divine kingdom of Dothad.
All right. Totara.
Totara.
Let me actually write that down. Write that down, write that down, write that down!
Write that down, write that down!
What was it again? How do you spell it?
Totara. Tottara.
Tottara.
Yep.
Save
And
notes.
they would go on to say that the crypts and graves of that area are being emptied of the corpses, and the corpses are being brought back to life unwillingly.
Oh no.
And she is calling in her favor that you stop it by any means necessary.
What did she do for us for that favor again?
She was answering your questions about
The Necrostorm.
the Necrostorm that attacked the one city. I forget the name already, but we were there beforehand.
Belez.
Fair.
Belez, yes. You were asking past information about Belez,
Very well. Yes.
and you had summoned her as well, so
I
that was
did
also
summon
part of
her.
that.
I did summon her.
And you are not an
Which
active
is-
worshiper of her, so she requested a favor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To which I humbly agreed.
And with that, the centipede kind of, as you agree to go do this, the centipede kind of keels over and kind of death curls up and rots away to dust in a matter of seconds.
Oh. Ooh, creepy body horror says nope to Rari and says nope to me.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Oh, that was fun.
That was great. That was great. But Rari and Robert are also noping the heck out of that if they were the ones to receive such a present.
I imagine
I think
Rari
I
would be
like
like,
fire.
bug! Slap!
I also
Yeah.
went, not bug, flat. Me, real life, would have immediately tried to kill it.
I feel like after the fact, Duzon just, you hear the shuddering of leaves that just...
It's like once
Just
you
for the bush
disappear, you
shaking.
hear-
As he Blair Witches, it's just Russell's leaves.
leaves rustling in the wind.
I did not like that.
Oh yeah, you especially did not like that, seeing as that was the end of the cycle.
And it started and ended directly on top of you.
Yep. On your shoulder, up your neck, around your ear.
I'm so glad I'm in my own room.
Yeah, after all of that, Rari is tucking in for the rest of the night. Hopefully dreaming good dreams. Hopefully.
Speaking of,
In this campaign? No way.
Speaking
nice Magic
of
School Bus reference, by the way.
Magic School Bus.
Anyway,
Speaking of dreams, Rari.
speaking of that, yeah.
Uh, 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 uh.
Mm-hmm.
You escape nightmares. I rolled well enough
do?
that you escape nightmares.
Goodness.
No, you
Yes.
want to know how close you were having, you were to having nightmares?
How close?
3%.
Oh, 3%. Oh,
A character question: how many nightmares has Rari had?
Surprisingly, a lot. Yeah.
I mean, let's see. There's like him
No,
being
but
reincarnated.
Rob, if I rolled below the 50 percentile, you would have had nightmares tonight. But I rolled a 53.
Oh, I succeeded by a factor of 3. Oh,
You survived by a
I
factor of
survived
3.
essentially. Well, surviving. I will definitely live through the nightmare, I'm sure, but the terror that would await me, I am not looking forward
Psychological
to.
wounds.
That is going to be priceless. However, oh, thank goodness Rory does actually get a decent rest.
Typically, Rari only has a 25% chance of having a nightmare. But for reasons
This-
unknown, it went up to 50%. For reasons unknown.
Yep.
Sounds like a case of decreasing sanity.
Well, I don't know about that, but a lot of weird stuffs have been happening. In any case.
In any case, you all, more or less, have a peaceful night's sleep, if you can call what has happened peaceful. Especially with Duzon.
I'm
Rory slept like a baby for that.
Uh-huh.
I'm unaware of that situation that went on
Yep.
in the neighboring room.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, everyone sleeps semi-peacefully. And you sleep through the night, into the morning, get your daily rations of soup or stew or whatever the bartender's serving.
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that are choosing to eat food, you need to spend 3 copper.
Yep. I will gladly fork over the copper. Alright, where are you? Where are you? Okay, I will break down a silver piece for change.
I also had to break a silver piece for change.
And give him the allotted amount.
Duzon, you see lights flick on, the bartender cleans the bar. Eventually, Rari and Cyrus come down to eat their morning breakfast.
Okay, I guess I'll go over and join them. Tell them what I've found.
Morning, Duzon.
Morning.
I have some interesting news.
Of what?
So this grimoire's importance is actually much more now. I know the name of the Mad Mage.
You do.
Yep, and I know that this is for sure him. This book has information on him and some experiments he's been running. Some of the contents of the book are damaged. Other parts are enchanted to be concealed. Present, but concealed. I can't see him. But this is our guy. And this is his notes. I'm sure of it now. So we have something of importance.
I bring news too. I know where we're heading next.
Okay. Where might that
The
be?
goddess of Rot, has called in the favor I owe. And you're not
And-
going to like it. Over in Totera, graves and crypts are being emptied of their corpses.
Ooh.
And then they're being risen from the dead against her will.
Mhm.
And
You
we
see-
have to go over there and stop it.
Okay. Honestly, I was hoping that you'd say, oh, we're going to this city. Graves are being emptied. We just simply figure out why. And then we get a nice shining ray of good fortune and nothing really to fight. And then you bring up the undead.
This is the price we owe her.
Fair.
The price you mean you owe her?
Yes.
I guess
However, but it could potentially lead us to things in this city, I'm sure, that might be of import to us. Surely it won't be just a quest of peril
If anything,
for
it's a
Duzon.
possibility that this wizard could be the one doing it.
And that's where I'm concerned.
That's what
If-
I'm guessing.
If it's his doing, another fight with him would not be the best. Not yet. There's so much more we haven't yet discovered, and so much more we need. Although I will be handing the grimoire to our
Out of
mage.
character question,
Out of character answer,
Mr.
possibly.
DM man. So when she told me about this town, was it 3 weeks away, or a boat was leaving in 3 weeks?
If you leave by boat, it'll take you 3 weeks to get from where you are to the port that is closest to this town.
Okay. Because she said get stronger until then, so
Hard to do that out at sea.
Not necessarily.
hope the ship we take is a training hall. Well, all right, back in character.
By boat, it'll take us 3 weeks to get there, at least to the closest port.
Okay.
The goddess had a message to me. Get stronger until then.
And that's the one thing I can agree with. I don't know if we're ready for a whole possible army of undead, let alone possibly fighting the wizard again. I don't feel too comfortable with it.
Oh,
Um,
by the end of today, I will be hopping aboard one of those ships. Should either of you join me or not?
well, I don't like being alone necessarily. I mean, sure, I have Cyrus over here, but truly, one must not brave the graves alone. After all, I do know a great deal about cemeteries. I might be
Real
able to help.
quick, I just wanted to mention something that both Rari and Cyrus would know, is that um, the trading ships from, where is it? What's the name called? For the trading ships from Thanatos are all over the place. They go everywhere.
Right.
And they are the most technologically advanced of any of the other major factions. And you two would know that because your country is very closely aligned with them.
Well, technology-wise, that would be a, a great place to gear up. Advanced weaponry, perhaps even some gizmos and gadgets I can use to make traps. And I am a little rusty on those, but I can't wait to get on some new materials and maybe learn a few new traps and configurations for them. So, I mean, for the sake of personal growth and development, would be nice. But are we even ready to face the horrors of that cemetery? Is there anything we can do here at the very minimum before we go that could potentially help us get stronger quicker?
Buy,
Understandably, no shortcut to success here, but
buy anything of a healing quality. That's a start.
well, I do happen to have some healing potions, but probably to stock up more. I have about 9 on me. We're probably going to need more than 9, I figure. But, and I have Sky Sunder here. That's going to help
Yes.
by far. Then, of course, my rapier, that's good. And my dagger, that's enchanted and good. What might we be missing, Duzon? At least, I mean, surely, Cyrus, is there anything you need?
Not exactly.
Anything to enhance your magical ability?
There isn't much out there for the way of kineticism that can boost my powers.
And because you are knowledgeable of magics, perhaps you could decipher some of the concealed pages of the grimoire. Any information we can get on this Ezekiel would be most beneficial to us. Even if it's just experiment notes.
I can try. I make no promises.
There...
Worst case scenario, we could go visit a few people I know back in Holgia.
That would be delightful, but of course the divine missions of a goddess are more paramount in importance. And then, of course, if we have the time, we could go to Holgia and gather more information if need be. I feel like in a battle of wits, we need to be properly leveraged, not only with casters, but just in general, equipped with some knowledge of who we're facing.
Yes.
So I will hand him the grimoire.
Okay.
Alright, you hand Cyrus the grimoire.
make sure it doesn't leave your sight. It's very important we hold on to this as much as we can.
Right. Well, I can't imagine many interested parties in books.
You'll be surprised in my line of work who would be fascinated by a piece of ominous paper, let alone
Yes, but
an
how many
entire
would know
book.
that? But how many would know that on first glance?
Oh.
Not nearly as many.
Could Rari make a underworld recall to see if there was actually, in fact, a band of thieves that particularly like occultic items?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Do it.
It's always worth a shot. That is a 19.
Not that you know of.
I suppose you have a point. Well, even still. Call it instinct, but anything of high value should be closely kept and safeguarded. Just be careful. So, to the ports then?
Yes, let us go. Oh, get what you need. Do whatever you need to do. Then we're off.
Hmm. Okay, so Rari then would probably be seeking someone that is gifted in traps or constructing mechanisms. Because I know that, at least from what I've seen and experienced in Dwarven country, there's plenty of craftsmen. So if someone could teach me some more traps, that would be awesome. At least one or two.
So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna say this is like one full day of downtime that you can do to do one single activity. And you're just gonna commit to that one activity until by the end of the day that Duzon leaves to go to the port, and I'm assuming you all follow him.
Yep. So I'd be committed to expanding my trap crafting to add another trap to my into my skill set. Perhaps even building one. That's my downtime.
Alright, give me 1 second. So, I will give you. Well, you're 6, right? Alright, so 6. Alright. So you can learn one of the following traps You can
Okay.
learn a black powder bomb trap. You can learn Briggs trap.
Okay.
You can learn the canopy drop trap.
Okay.
And last but not least, you can learn the let's see. Last but not least, you can learn the Wheel of Misery.
Ooh. Um. So that's the bomb trap, the canopy trap for abbreviation's sake. The wheel of agony or
Misery.
despair? Misery. Oh,
Wheel of Misery.
wheel of misery. Oh. Hmm. The wheel of misery sounds so ominous.
If you want to learn the Wheel of Misery, it'll cost you 600 gold to pay whatever craft person you want to learn the actual, like, blueprints, materials, setup, everything that you would need.
Yep.
And it will take you all day to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wheel of Misery is what he is going to commission for.
All right.
And he is going to happily spend the 600 gold after all seeing such a wheel in the arsenal of the craftsman is just like,
So here's what
I can
Wheel
work
of
with
Misery
this.
does. It combines the best parts of Dwarven magical craft and Dwarven mechanical craft. It is an ornate wheel set into a wall divided into 6 segments with colored runes on each and is controlled by a magical sensor that detects any creature within 100 feet of it. In order to craft this, you need to either get the magical sensors, you can carve the magical runes into it. The wheel, obviously, and then some way to affix the wheel and the sensor to whatever wall. Or basically 60 gold worth of materials.
Gotcha.
Whenever a creature enters the sensor's detection area, the wheel spins and rolls initiative. On its initiative, the trap uses its first action to spin and then to stop. Roll 1d6 to determine which segment is topmost when the wheel stops spinning. The wheel uses its second action to replicate the spell listed for that segment. At 3rd level with a DC of 24 and a spell attack roll of plus 14. The spell's target is centered on or otherwise includes the nearest creature in the area. This increases the spell's range to 100 feet if necessary. Any spell cast by the trap is of the arcane variety. The spell runes that this guy is going to teach you are the Sleep Rune, the Paralyze Rune, the Lightning Bolt Rune, the Blindness Rune, the Acid Arrow Rune, and the Ray of Enfeeblement Rune.
Nice.
And then the trap deactivates and resets if 1 minute passes without any creature moving within the range of its sensor.
Gotcha.
So it self-resets.
Yep. And it's approximately 60 gold pieces worth of materials to construct one.
That being,
Okay.
the wheel is just basically a regular-ass, non-magical wooden wheel that has runes carved into it.
Right.
The most expensive part would be the magical sensor.
And the ways to affix the wheel onto a wall of some kind.
Yes.
Got it.
Alright,
Cool.
that's what we do for you. Cyrus, what are you doing with your day of downtime?
Um, Guess I might go on a bit of a magic item hunt.
Anything specific?
Uh, I doubt there'd be a gate attenuator anywhere. So any other magic items that would be like elemental in nature that I could properly utilize.
Okay.
And I do have money to spare.
Would you like this to be an alchemical item, a piece of armor, rune, shield, weapon, or worn item?
Use shields. I can only use simple weapons. So, and my armor is only light armor. I'll go with worn items or like accessories, or like wands.
So, worn items or held items.
Within my proficiencies,
Yeah, obviously.
which are few. Not have that racial feat that lets genie kind weapons.
Let's see if air, earth, metal, water, fire, plant. Air, earth, fire, water, metal, plant. That's it, right?
Wood, not plant.
Plant is wood. It doesn't have wood. It's just plant.
Then yeah, those are the 6. I'm sure my options would go up if I had weapon familiarity, but I don't. Unless I could train that, but would need
You
a teacher.
managed to find an elemental wayfinder. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Oh, what does that do?
Elemental wayfinder. Uh, oh, that's something that's not. Okay, never mind. You don't find an elemental wayfinder because that's something completely different.
Oh, okay.
That's something completely outside of this campaign, and this campaign does not have.
Oh, understood.
Um. Air, fire, water, wood, metal, earth. Can include any ore.
Yeah, I
alright.
guess
So I'm
if it
gonna give
helps,
you.
I am part Janny, so I am part genie.
Yes. You find. I think this you'll like and can actually be used.
Hope. Give me a name.
It's called Wind at Your Back. This object can only be described as a gray, solidified miniature cloud that feels springy to the touch. The cloud is incredibly soft and can be easily lifted with little effort, though its ephemeral nature requires using two hands to ensure it doesn't slip from your grasp. With one action, once per day, you blow across the surface of the cloud and it floats free of you and calls upon a strong breeze. For the next 8 hours, it floats behind you and your companions, increasing the amount of time the group can hustle during exploration to the lowest constitution modifier in the group times 20 instead of times 10. All must remain within 100 feet of the cloud to gain this benefit. If you activate the item aboard a vehicle, you instead grant the vehicle an additional plus 10 foot circumstance bonus to its speed for 8 hours. If the vehicle is powered by wind, such as a sailing ship, it gets an additional bonus of 20 feet instead of plus 10 feet. When 8 hours are up, the cloud stops blowing and floats back into your hands.
That is incredibly helpful for having to be on a ship for 3 weeks to speed that up.
For 8 hours a day, and only 8 hours a day.
I mean, yeah, but it's a lot of distance for that.
That's true. It might cut a week of time.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
Alright, you take
How
that. That'll cost you 50 gold.
Only 50. I have so much money to spare. I could keep shopping if I really wanted to.
I mean, you have all day.
Yep.
You have all day.
Let's go be bougie.
In the same store, as you're shopping around, you find...
And if it helps, I could also be using Detect Magic to start, like, honing in on stuff.
I automatically assumed you were doing that.
Okay, parent. Okay, good enough. Thank you for reading my mind.
I assumed you were doing that. That's why all day didn't take to find 1 or 2 items.
Yeah.
Instead, all day took to find, like, 3.
3 cheers for being magically skilled
Yeah.
and an expert in Arcana.
Let's see what this one is and see if it's useful. Yeah, I think you'll like this one too.
Okay, hit me.
You find a cloud pouch. It is held in one hand, and it is a small bag filled with a fine silvery powder that feels silky to the touch. You can spend 2 actions once per day to scatter the dust into the air around you, causing it to condense into a cloud in a 20-foot burst within 10 feet, as if you had just cast the mist spell. You can sustain the activation to make the cloud fly 20 feet, and the cloud lasts for 1 minute. You can dismiss it as a free action.
Okay. We'll take that too.
That'll also cost you 60 gold.
Okay, this one's 60.
Yep.
Okay. And last but not least,
Last but not least, you find an aerial cloak. This blue cloak is surprisingly light for its length and seems to catch the wind bursts in its tail, flying out behind the wearer, while cushioning falls and easing jumps. The sides of the cloak are slightly weighted to make it easier to grab onto and hold onto when it fills with air. This cloak grants you a +1 bonus to athletics checks to leap and a +1 item bonus to acrobatics checks to balance and maneuver while in flight. As a reaction, once per day, while you are falling, the cloak catches the air and you grab onto the edges, utilizing the draft to guide you to safety. Treat your fall as if it were 30 feet shorter, and glide to a space of your choice at the bottom of the fall, which must be within 20 feet of where you would have landed.
Okay. That's a nice little safety net.
Lots of air stuff.
Fair enough. We're on a coast.
Mainly because there's not a lot of earth stuff that's pre-made.
Yeah. That is fair. Okay, and that's how much?
That is 30 gold.
30. Hey. Okay.
Alright, last
Well,
but
that-
not least... Oh, sorry, you want to say something?
No. I'm good.
Alright, last but not least, Duzon, what are you doing with your day of downtime?
See, I only have 16 gold to my name,
Yes.
so I gotta figure. I might try for something like, because I have like, didn't I? Did I get a different type of armor or something?
You got a new hammer.
I got a new hammer, which is great. We love the new hammer.
It lets you do a lot of really good stuff.
Yes.
Mainly just do more damage, though.
Yes. Crushing. So crushing is additional diet damage. This one ahead. Oh yeah, that is very good. And demons and fae are weak to cold iron. That's
Yes.
good.
You
Okay.
know you're going to go up against undead, so maybe you could, I don't know,
Ooh,
do something
Wouldn't-
about that.
is so undead. Is holy water like undead type shit?
Yes.
Yes.
It's holy water.
Good. Let me go get some holy water. Unless, wait, hold on. Wait,
Waiting.
I'm looking for something real quick. Hold on. God damn it. Alright, it's fine. Alright, I thought, for some reason, I thought Light of Revelation did something to undead, but my Lay on Hands does.
Yeah, your lay of hands does.
Whether I want to waste it on killing an undead is a good question, but we'll see.
But yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can make holy water because you're a paladin or guardian
Champion.
champion. That's it. Vial contains water blessed by a benevolent deity. Yours is a benevolent deity. You activate a vial of holy water by throwing it as if it were simple. As a strike, it is a simple thrown weapon with a range increment of 20 feet. Holy water deals 1d6 spirit damage and 1 spirit splash damage. Holy water can only damage creatures with the unholy trait, such as the undead.
Fair. The undead is unholy.
T. Whoa. You can get holy water very easily if you choose to.
I would love to get some holy water.
How many jars do you have that you can put water into?
Very good question. As of now, I think I have 1 water skin.
And that can hold like essentially a week's worth of water, right?
When it's full, the water skin has roughly 1 day's worth of water for a small or medium creature. So
Okay.
like 1 day's worth of water. So I could probably get some more containers, fill it with water, and have my lovely deity bless them shits.
You could just bless them yourself, seeing as you are a direct connection to said deity.
Or I could be blessing them myself.
So fucking jar.
It's on his birth certificate. That's his actual name. His parents was Greek. His parents was Greek.
My parents were Greek. His parents were Greek.
Me parents was Greek. His parents was Greek.
I'm gonna say just a regular ass glass jar costs like, at most, if it's like really nice, which you're not even going for, is like probably like 5 silver. But for the ones that you're going for, they're probably gonna be like 5 copper.
How many can I get for 1 gold?
1 gold is
A lot.
100 copper.
A lot.
How many do they have? How many can I get for 8 silver?
8 silver is
That's
80
80
copper.
1 silver equal 10 copper.
All right, let me get 8. I'm gonna spend a silver.
Alright. 1 silver is 10 copper, which will get you 2 jars.
Well, in that case, let me get 2 jars. Let me get 6 jars. I'm gonna spend 2, 3.
6 silver.
I said what?
1 silver
6
is
silver?
2 jars. If you want 6... If you want... What was it? How many jars did you say you wanted?
I'll take 6.
So, 3 silver, because 1 silver is 2 jars.
You know what? Let me get 2 more. Let me get 8.
Okay, so you're spending 4 silver.
Yes.
And then you take the rest of your day to go down to the shore, fill each of them with water, and then take the rest of the time before evening sets in to essentially bless them all and turn them into holy water.
Yes.
Alright, well, now you have 8 jars of holy water.
Yay.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna just say that these are just better than regular ass holy water.
Right.
Jars of holy water?
Instead of being a small vial of holy water, these are mason jars of holy water. These are jars that would
8 of them.
Yeah, these are jars that you would use to can peaches or can apples.
Nice.
So
Yes.
instead of doing 1d6 spirit damage and having 1 spirit splash damage, they are going to instead deal... Let's roll a 1d4. They are instead going to deal 3d6 spirit damage each. And have a 3 spirit damage splash effect. So yeah, they're better.
I essentially have 8 holy hand grenades, boys.
No, holy hand grenades would be way more expensive to make.
Oh, I'm sure. But
The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
If there's ever a time where I'm on my third attack and I know I won't be able to hit, I can just douse him with holy water.
Well, it's still a 2-hit weapon, unfortunately.
Holy water?
Yeah, it is a simple thrown weapon.
You know what? I will gladly give it to everyone else.
You give Rari and Cyrus 4
I'll give
jars.
I'll give Rari and Cyrus like.
I don't need it. I can channel life energy directly.
So you give Rari 8 jars of holy water.
I'll give Rari 4 jars of holy water and me 4 jars of holy water.
Fair enough.
Just in case
That's valid.
these zombies get crowded. You know, splash their asses with holy water.
Like, you're trying to hand me a thing that's like, you do know I can just channel light, and then just, like, vitality blast Rari. It's like, it didn't do anything, but it's, like, straight up life.
Vitality blast turns Rari into dust.
Little
it doesn't do
Flame
that to
is
living
actually Duzon. While you are out buying the jars of holy water, same thing. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't be with Cyrus. You see Little Flame buy something. You're not quite sure what, though.
Where do you get the money?
How do you get money?
Don't worry about it.
I'm checking my pocket.
You're not the one missing money.
Who's missing money?
You don't know. Somebody is.
Check your pockets, boys. Check your pockets.
I mean, Rari.
Well, he
probably
he was in Rari's room overnight.
Rory, check your damn pockets.
Wait, he was?
Yeah, Little Flame tags with Duzon.
Yeah. Little Flame was with Duzon.
Oh.
Also, I think you guys are forgetting, he was in the vault with you guys.
Oh, that too. Wait, but where would he be carrying all that gold without it being seen?
In his pumpkin.
We'd see it though.
That's so cool.
We'd see it though.
Sure you can. I'm sure you can. You just never paid attention to it.
Interdimensional space inside the pumpkin.
You know, looking closer at Little Flame, you might just see a sparkle of gold. Just a little.
That somehow
By a
has not
little, I
melted.
mean a lot.
He somehow chose not to melt.
Well, I mean, he is in control of his own element, so... I feel like that has to account for something. Ugh. It is very, very hot in my house. We're baking Christmas cookies, so...
Nice.
Oh yeah, oven heat.
Yep.
Little Flame has no value of what money is, so he's going to spend literally all of the money he got from the vault in one go.
No. Poor Little Flame.
I wonder what he's spending it on.
Lots and lots of twigs.
Just went to the like wherever they like store lumber. Just like it's at the logs.
Had a little snack for the voyage.
I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck he can get with 2,500 gold.
I mean, to be fair, that is. I also had basically the exact same amount of money.
And he's stronger than you are.
Yeah. That he is.
Physically, at least.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I know what he's getting. Yeah, I know exactly what he's getting.
Oh no.
So you see, as Little Flame has a shiny new staff with him that he's carrying that is also like twice the size of he is.
Oh
know.
wow.
Aw.
Oh no.
What have you acquired, little one?
He just kind of holds up the staff.
I love this.
Doesn't do
I love
anything.
Little Flame.
Oh.
You ask, does it do anything? How stupid is Little Flame?
Uh-oh. Well, Duzon might get set on fire.
It either
have water
does
on
everything
hand.
or it does nothing.
Alright, so this staff resembles a blackened and burned length of ash wood.
I know which staff that is.
Do you?
Yeah.
He's going to
I-
hold a small fire in his hand, and you see the whole staff light a flame, almost like a bonfire.
Ah.
And then he turns the flame in his hand. He closes his hand with the flame, and the staff goes out. Little Flame is now in possession of a major staff of fire.
Oh, a major. Oh. That a major one? Oh my god, that is very mad. That is like that is a lot higher level than we are.
Let's go kill some zombies, boys.
Wait, if he was able to find an item that powerful, how did I not spot something like that?
Let's go kill some zombies.
You could have, if I rolled that high for you. I kind of got a really high roll for Little Flame looking.
Little Flame, this sweet little bean of a fire elemental, is just like, I want a staff, just in his brain. But where? Finds a staff person? You, staff, money.
He can't even communicate. He's just pointing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but I feel like the inner machinations of his mind are just like, staff, give.
And he still
think-
has like 500 gold left over.
That's what I'm talking, Little Flame. Be frugal. Even though you have very little concept of money.
He has zero concept of money.
You know that it gets you stuff. That is at least better than no concept.
How
I
do you-
guess no value of money, really. But, golly, it is kind of hot in here. I'm chugging ice water to try and regulate the difference of temperatures.
Damn.
I'll figure that out later. But yeah, Little Flame now has a very strong staff.
Nice.
Mainly
Nice.
because when I rolled percentile for him, I rolled in the top 10%.
Oh.
My god.
That'll do it.
Yes, we love that.
Trying to figure out how he can put charges onto this.
Mm,
That's why I didn't specify for stabs, because I wasn't sure how I'd be able to even add charges without spell slots.
I guess in a way he could just channel his elemental energy into the thing, because like the magic of the plane itself could sustain it. Maybe that's an option, I guess.
I'll figure it out later.
Because I would also probably get those rules applied as well.
Yes, you would, because you're the same class.
Yep. Only I can affect more than just fire.
Little Flame can only affect fire, but he affects fire very, very well.
That he does.
As you all kind of pack up your stuff, pay your tabs, and make your ways to the port, Rari and Cyrus, you guys are on the lookout for the Thedonian class ships. Because you know, while they are a little bit more expensive to go on, they have a crew of robots, so yeah, they'll be able to go nonstop. And if you need training, the robots will be more than happy to provide any type of whatever training you guys need.
Interesting. Definitely, Rari is going to keep a good lookout for one that is going in the direction we are headed. What would I need to roll to navigate the docks to find said vessel?
Roll me a society.
All right.
I will also be looking.
Oh, come on. And that 1 plus 12, that's 13.
That's unfortunate.
That's so tragic.
Unfortunately, Rari, you are not able to find anything.
He's just looking through the docks and he's like, I know what the ships look like, but I just don't know which one is going where.
My turn to take a crack at it?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. I've stolen Rari's luck.
Oh no, come on. That was both getting...
No, I stole your luck.
Oh, you stole my luck, as in...
I
You got the opposite of that one. Oh my... Okay. That... Well, you know what? I'd better get my bad luck out now before we, slay undead.
Okay, so, Cyrus, I found something.
31.
You easily find one. It's a big metallic boat with a almost engine on it, like pseudo engine. It's like a hand cranked engine, but it's like just close to an engine. And it has robots crewing it. It's very easy to find. But other than that, I found something.
How did you miss this?
I found something when it
Rari's
comes
just standing in
to
front of it.
preparing a staff.
Ah.
During your daily preparations, you can prepare a staff to add charges to it for free. When you do so, that staff gains a number of charges equal to the highest ranked spell slot, quote-unquote, that you have. You don't need to expend any spells to add charges in this way. No one can prepare more than one staff per day, nor can a staff be prepared more than once per person per day. Staff cannot be prepared by more than one person per day. If the charges are not used within 24 hours, they are lost. Preparing a staff Preparing the staff anew removes any previously stored charges. You can prepare a staff only if you have at least one of the staff spells on your list. So I'm just going to say, if you want a staff, you have to have your element if you want to prepare it.
Okay.
And
right.
it would be the highest level elemental attack you have.
Which is, I believe, the highest level impulse I have. It's
For
considered level impulse 6.
Yeah. Impulse 6 is for you and Little Flame. Little Flame only has fire, so his impulse is 6.
And my impulse is 6 as well, that's level.
Yep.
So yeah, and then I can prepare water, metal, wood.
Yep. Little Flame can only prepare his fire staff. But he can prepare a lot.
Which is good.
So if he wants to cast, using his thing, if he wants to cast Fireball, for example, he would need to expend 4 charges, I believe, because you need to expend the spell's level equivalent of charges. So cantrips cost no charge. First level spells cost 1, second 2, third 3, fourth 4, and fifth 5. I believe that's how that works. And he does actually have one of the spells. He has Ignition.
Yeah, if there's any that have detect magic on their list, I also actually have that.
I am unaware, but if you find one, feel free to let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rika's in the chat. Hi, Rika. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out, Rika.
Hello. Hello.
Although imagine if you could prepare multiple stabs a day.
Yeah, that would be
That
way
would
too
be great.
strong.
That'd be so overpowered.
Yeah, I would.
Get a kineticist, give them just a staff for every element if they have all the gates. That's a lot of staff power.
I mean, technically, if you give one of fire, you can give that to Little Flame, and then you can
Well,
give...
no, he'd only be able to. He only can prepare one staff a day.
Yeah, that's true. You can give one that's of plant to Duzon.
I can also do plant.
Yeah. But I'm saying if you want to, like, prepare air or
But
something
if I wanted
like that.
something like a healing staff, I could give it to Duzon.
Yeah, that would be more appropriate for Duzon.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys charter this boat crewed by mechanoids. Which is very weird for you, Duzon. You feel very awkward here.
Oh, I do, big time.
Being surrounded by unnatural nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys get on this boat and it deports and takes off and you pay your... I'm gonna say 3 gold each.
Okay.
Okay.
The boat takes off, and this is where I'm going to call session to an end.
Fair enough.
We are off.
We are off.
You are
We're
off.
Off to the
We're gonna
races.
kill some zombies. We have holy water. We have me with my lay on hands and my upgraded hammer. We have Rari. We have
Outfitted with holy water.
outfitted with holy water. We have Cyrus, and we have Little Flame staff. We are fucking cooking.
Little Flame's staff is about to go really
Little
nuts.
Flame staff is about to go hard.
Oh, Peter,
It's going to-
you want to know the sheer amount of stuff that Little Flame can do with this staff?
I am scared. Please let me know of everything he can do with the staff.
He can obviously cast Ignition as a cantrip. He can cast Breathe Fire as a first level spell. He can cast Breathe Fire as a second level spell. He can cast Floating Flame as both second level and third level spells. He can cast Fireball as a third level spell, a fourth level spell, and a fifth level spell.
Oh my god, bro has Fireball. Let us go.
He can cast Fire Shield and Wall of Fire at fourth level. And he can cast Wall of Fire at fifth level as well.
Dope.
Look at us, we're cooking.
So if we don't just incinerate them, holy water is an option. And if that doesn't work, I have a Sky Sunder that will help me.
I did just actually
You
find a
also have
staff
Sky
that
Sunder.
has Detect Magic as a cantrip.
Nice.
It's rare though. Staff of Arcane Might.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be harder to find.
Oh, that's going to be so hard to find, but Phantasmal Minion, Everlight, Force Barrage, Paralyzed, Dispelling Globe, Mystic Armor, Translocate, Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and a 5th level Force Barrage.
Damn. Well, for all those watching the stream, you guys have a wonderful night, or whatever time
Have
it
a
is when you're
wonderful
watching
night.
this, on the archives. And